channel. Today we have a really exciting video for you. We're going to do our first ever New at the Drugstore first impressions. So these are all things that have launched within the past couple months. Yeah, I'd say 6 weeks, within the past 6 weeks, and we have a lot of stuff, so let's get started. So we have 4 foundations to talk about. The first one being the L'Oreal Infallible Total Cover Foundation. This is, like, we have such a weird relationship with it, honest to God. I was so excited to buy this. We got it, like, right when it came out. Yeah, we got it right before Christmas. Yeah, so we took it to Wisconsin with us, and we used it there and loved how it looked. Yeah. Like, it laid so flawlessly on the skin. It lasted all day. We were like, this is the best drugstore foundation of all time. Then we get back to California, and, like, for some reason, I mean, it was severely cold there, so maybe that's why, like, our skin just changes in the weather, but it just kind of changed. Like, it still looks really nice when you first apply it.
We're just wearing it today.
I'm wearing it today. But then it kind of breaks up as the day goes on. Not right away, of course, but in a couple, like, hours, half a day passes, it breaks up kind of, like, above the eyebrow area on the nose, as most foundations do. And then it starts to look cakey. Very, very cakey.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think I've ever encountered a foundation that makes you look so cakey. So it's really strange because it looks so beautiful in Wisconsin, and we don't know why it doesn't look as good here. But we're still trying out. Like, I mixed it with other foundations. I mixed a drop of oil in it to try to make it more workable and breathable, and I still really love, like, when you first put it on the skin, it just gives you this flawless finish that everyone, like, wants and hopes for. So I still would really recommend this foundation. I will definitely continue to use this foundation and still try it out in different ways, and I totally recommend it if you're only going to be wearing foundation for a couple hours. I don't know why you do that, but sometimes there are reasons. It's just when you try to wear it all day long that things happen. Next up is the Wet n Wild Photofocus foundation, and I have the shade Soft Ivory. Sorry, we forgot to mention our last shade, but it's 302 in the L'Oreal Total Cover. But the Wet n Wild foundation claims to be, like, perfect for all lighting, any photography. Like, you're supposed to be able to take a picture and look flawless in any sort of light, no flashback. And this is actually my first time wearing it. I'm wearing it right now, so I can't really, like, speak to that because it's daylight, and I did take a picture, but it looks fine. Most foundations do in daylight. Also, the shade looked lighter in the bottle, and when I put it on, it kind of looked lighter, but I think it oxidized a tad, but in a good way. Like, not where another foundation that I'm going to talk about oxidizes, like, way too much. It has a really, really pretty color, very neutral undertone. They have a huge shade selection in this foundation, so I think there's something for everyone.
And it's like $6.
Yes, it's $6. And first thoughts, so the applicator is weird. Yeah. It has a spatula. And normally I'd be like, oh, that's kind of cool, then you can, like, easily put it on your face. But the foundation is so liquidy. I think this would have been so much better with a pump because the spatula, it just, like, falls off the spatula. It's way too liquidy to have this sort of packaging. And also it smells like straight up house paint. Not even like craft paint. It smells. That's weird. It smells like house paint, and I kind of like the smell of paint. Yeah, but when you're putting it on your face, it's just bizarre. But honestly, I really like this foundation. Again, my first day wearing it, but it's a very light to medium coverage. I feel like it's perfect for every day because it's not, like, too heavy on your skin. It's not too full coverage. You can use it and, like, shear it out with a sponge, or you can build it up with a brush. It's very, it layers really well. It covers well. It looks good in lighting like they claim it to be. And I think it's a really good everyday foundation. If you're someone that likes full coverage, you probably won't like this. But for every day and $6, I think this will work with a lot of different skin types. Next up is the Maybelline Dream Cushion Foundation, and we're the shade 20. Cushion foundations are just such a good idea because they're so fast. You literally open this, stick your beauty blender in there, and you just can do your whole face in, like,
it's so fast.
A minute. It's insane. We have differing opinions on this. I don't know. Like, the first couple times I used this, for some reason, in the middle of the day, my face got so oily. Like, just broke out in oil and shine everywhere, which doesn't really happen. Like, we do have oily skin, but it's almost combination skin.
Yeah.
Where it sometimes is dry, sometimes it's oily. So that's really never happened to me with any foundation, and I was, like, texting her, like, why is this so oily on me? And then I used it a couple times after, and it's still oily, not as oily. So I don't really know. Like, I don't know. It's not for
dry skin though, is it?
No, because it's actually more matte than if you've tried the L'Oreal cushion. This one is a lot more matte than that one.
Yeah.
And I really like it. Although I will say when I first got it, I was obsessed. Like, wore it every day. I thought the shade was really nice. I thought it wore really well throughout the day. And then as I'm using it more and more, number one, it has oxidized, I swear to God, 2 shades darker. Like, so now when I go to use it, it starts dark. So it's a little too dark for my skin now. And I also feel like the sponge has completely desaturated a lot. And I mean, I've used it a lot. But I don't know, I feel like a foundation should last a decent amount of time, so I feel like that's kind of a downside, especially for the price. I think it's like $14. I think it should last a little longer. I still really like it, but I think it's not as much as when I first got it. Yeah, like the finish is really nice when you first put it on, but it does oxidize, and I don't think this is a long-lasting foundation. So maybe in the summer I'll like it more because it's kind of easier for like natural makeup days, and I don't really care if my skin gets oily in the summer because that's kind of like part of the summer glow. But for now, it's not one of my favorites. Last in the foundation category is the NYX Total Control Drop Foundation. This has like phenomenal reviews on Ulta, and I'm confused because I personally don't really like it. I think
so watery.
It's way too watery, and like they say it's just like, oh, pure pigment, like a dupe of the Cover FX drops, but there's no way. This has to be completely watered down. You need, like, I swear, like 10 drops to cover your entire face. It's very messy. Like, you can drop it in a brush, but I really like Beauty Blender application. You definitely can't use a Beauty Blender, so you either have to drop it on a brush, somehow like drop it on your face to apply it, and I just think you need so much, and there's only 0.43 fluid ounces.
That's ridiculous.
So I feel like you're gonna go through it so fast. Also, I didn't really like, they have a large shade range, but I have to mix 2. I don't have the other one. This one is Buff. I don't even know if there's a number, 10 Buff. I didn't really like the shade selection. There's a large shade selection, but I couldn't really find one that worked for my skin. So I don't know. I'm just disappointed with it because it has such good reviews, and it's too liquidy and thin to me. I don't think it, although it does last a really long time. The day I wore it, it lasted the entire day, but I had to use so much, like, I hope it would last. And I think it's just kind of a ripoff because I think it's $14 and you're not even getting half an ounce when most foundations are a full ounce. So that means you're really paying $28 for a normal size foundation, which is almost as much as higher end foundations that would be just a lot better in general. So I feel like NYX is kind of tricking a lot of people, and it bothers me. Next up is the L'Oreal foundation sponge. I love this. I think it is my new favorite beauty sponge, more than the Beauty Blender, more than the Morphe sponge. There's not much to say about it. It's the perfect density. It's more dense than the Beauty Blender, less than the Morphe sponge. It can apply foundation and concealer both really, really well, and it also cleans really easily. So definitely my new favorite sponge. I think it's so worth the $8. Next up is kind of a brand new item. This is the Wet n Wild MegaCushion Contour. We found this at Walgreens like a week ago, and they just put it on the website, so now anyone can get it. We really wanted the highlighter, but we couldn't find it. Yeah. So the packaging is a little weird, but I mean, it's cheap, so what do you expect? So unlike the cushion foundations where it kind of opens to the side, you have to open it like on your own, so it's kind of messy, but a screw means that it'll be tighter, so it won't dry out as fast. Yeah, so I like the, it's just not as convenient, I would say, but I like the packaging. So as you can see, it's a little sponge in there with a deep contour powder, or contour, not powder, I guess, base. Yeah. What's it called? I don't know. Contour cream? Contour cream. And
contour liquid?
I don't know how they did it, because they only came out with one shade, Cafe au Soleil. I don't know how to say it. But for some reason, I feel like this works with so many skin tones. Yeah. We've watched videos with it, and it looks good on everyone. It's so natural. Like, you only need a tiny amount, and I just use a contour brush. Yeah, me too. I wore it today, and I love it. It's so good. You can just easily blend it out into your skin, and it just gives you like a super, super natural contour. But also, I don't know, it's so weird, but in a good way. Yeah. I love it. I know, it blends so easy, and we are not cream product lovers. Like, don't love liquid highlighters, although I've kind of been coming around to them lately. Don't really love liquid bronzers, but this one is so good. It kind of makes me want to try more because it's really awesome. And I think it's like $5, $6, $5. Yeah, it's insane. So it's good. Next up is a new product from L'Oreal. It is the Brow Stylist Frame and Set, and it's a brow pomade. I was really excited for this because we love L'Oreal. Like, we think they have really good products, and especially their brow products. We love the brow pencil and
the
their
micro pencil.
Yeah, and their brow gel. And it comes with this little spoolie. It looks like this. I have the shade Light Brunette, which in the glass, like, it looks so light. I was super scared, but I didn't want to get dark brunette because it looked really warm, and we have really like gray eyebrows. And this color actually really works for us. So even if you have dark brunette hair, I really suggest the light brunette shade. I think it can go with a lot of different hair colors. And it's a lot waxier than other brow pomades I've tried, but I kind of like that because it really does like frame and set your brows. I think creamy brow pomades just kind of get really messy. They look really saturated. They make your eyebrows look really intense, which I don't really like that look. I'm using it today. I think it's just a really solid brow pomade. I'm going to continue to use it like until it's out, and then I'll probably repurchase another one because I think it's just a really, really good product. And it came with this little brush, which isn't terrible. I use my own brow brush, but I kind of appreciate that they like put it in the set. Next up is a lipstick. Maybelline makes like the best drugstore lipsticks of all time. They're amazing. We have so many of them, and they just came out with the Maybelline Inti-Matte Nudes. Yeah, Intimate. Something like that. Yeah, something like that. And so we got the shade Brown Blush, and it's so pretty. Carly's wearing it today. It's just a really, I mean, it's a true brown blush shade. Yeah, it's perfect, and every time I wear this, like, I get so many compliments. Yeah, and I mean, it's just such a great formula. They smell really nice, not too chemically. They last all day. I think they're like $6 or $7, I want to say. And I love that the cap changes based on which collection they're a part of, which is just a really cute idea on Maybelline's end. So definitely pick this up if you're into these shades. Next up is the NYX liquid highlighter. The Way We Glow liquid highlighter, and it is the shade Daytime Halo, and I really like this. I think I like it better than a lot of liquid highlighters I've tried. It looks kind of really shimmery and glittery in the packaging, but once you put it on your face, it just blends in really nice. It is very, very faint, so if you're like one of those people that likes like a ba-bam highlight, this will not give it to you, but I kind of like that it's really natural, like for no makeup days, when you just like put on a light foundation and put this on your cheekbones. It looks really, really pretty. It layers really well. Some liquid highlighters I feel like tend to take off the foundation you've already put on it, and I cannot stand that. This one doesn't do it, and it dries down really nice. And if you have a skin tone similar to us, I really recommend this Daytime Halo shade because it kind of almost matches our skin tone, and so it blends really nicely. I really think it's a good product. Next up is probably the worst mascara we tried in quite some time. I think it's the worst mascara I've ever tried in my life. Yeah, that's true. And okay, so the packaging is just so pretty and cute, and I'm like, oh, it's gonna be so good. I just had such high... Wait, we didn't say what it was. Oh yeah, it's the Maybelline Colossal Big Shot Volume Express Mascara. And they did this huge campaign with Mandy and Shayla. So really cute commercial. Super cute, so we're like so excited. We're like, this is gonna be the mascara. No, it's so clumpy. It's so bad. No, it's so bad. It's so hard to describe because, okay, like we've told you guys, we have very long lashes. We have a lot of them, but they're very thin. So something that we look for in a mascara is definition. Like, hands down, we need definition. And volume. And volume. I say this kind of volumizes. Doesn't lengthen at all, does not curl. If you have no curl to your lashes, this won't do a single thing. Yeah. And it doesn't define. It almost makes your lashes look less defined somehow. Honestly, looking at the brush, this is a janky mascara brush. Like, none of the bristles look like they have a designated spot. Yeah, and they're kind of just everywhere. And the product kind of sits in the middle, so it doesn't like disperse through the bristles. It's so bad. And I also don't think it's black. We got like the darkest shade, and it looks like almost gray. It just does not look like an intense rich black like what you want in a mascara. It's not good. There's so many things wrong with it. Everyone that loves this, I'm honestly shocked. I would have returned this if I kept the receipt. Me too. Next up, we have a bunch of new Maybelline products. So I'm gonna start with their new Prep Set and Glow Illuminating Transparent Powder. I think they're kind of trying to copy like the Hourglass Ambient Light powders here because it's not marketed as a highlighter. It's just like an illuminating powder that'll illuminate your face and make you glow, but it's like also your under eyes. Yeah, but it's also like a setting powder. I think we had mentioned before that we both had the Prep Set and Go transparent powder. We both hated it, thought it was terrible. This is better than that, but I will say, like, when you swatch it, it just, I don't know, it's a little too powdery.
It's chalky.
And it's chalky and it's white. Like, it looks white on your hand and on your skin, which no one really wants that. Like, we're really pale, but I don't want to look paler. And I just don't think it makes that much of an impact, and I would never use it to like set my face because it doesn't have any like mattifying effects. I don't know, I've used it for like 4 days now. I think it looks nice once it's on your skin, a lot better than when you swatch it, but it just feels a little drying to be like an illuminating powder. Again, it's like chalky white, a little drying, just doesn't really do much for me. So I don't know, I would probably skip this. If you should skip it. Next up is the Milani Make It Last Setting Spray. A lot of people have been talking about this. It's a really great drugstore setting spray. It says 16-hour wear. It definitely makes your makeup last longer. The mister on here is super fine, kind of like Fix Plus. And it just kind of feels like Fix Plus in general, and it's a little bit more inexpensive. It is expensive for a drugstore. Yeah. I think it's like $14 or $15 for the amount of ounces you get, since it is so much less than you get in like a Fix Plus bottle. But I think it's really good for traveling. Good for traveling. You never want to bring like your whole setting spray. Yeah, the packaging is actually really nice. So for Milani, and I think this is the best drugstore setting spray we found. Me too, and it smells really good, which kind of worries me because fragrance on your face, like a lot of people are sensitive to it, but it smells so good. Next up is the Milani Day Glow Strobe Light Instant Glow Powder. And so Kathleen Lights really loves this, and we love Kathleen. We watch all her videos. And so I had really high expectations, and I do think it's a really, really, really great drugstore highlighter. I'm wearing it today, but I kind of wish the shades were less warm. That sounds kind of weird, but this is number 2, so number 1 is a little lighter, and then 3 and 4 are darker. 3 and 4 were way too dark for my skin tone, and number 1 was too light, and it was very pink, and we're not really into pink highlighters. And this is marketed as a champagne color, and I just think it's a little warm, and I kind of don't like that. I like my highlighters to be almost like nude undertones, like very neutral, and just like give a nice reflect to your cheekbones. Packaging's really nice. Packaging's really nice. It is a really, really good highlighter. I'm just a little disappointed in this shade selection, but I think it's really finely milled. It isn't too powdery. For a drugstore highlighter, I think it's a really good option, and I'll have to keep trying it and keep you updated. So I think it's good. I just wish the shade was a little less warm. Next up is this Wet n Wild Perfect Pout Gel Lip Liner in the shade, what is this shade? Bear to Comment. And these are really great. They're super comfortable because they're a gel, so they're easy to apply. They glide on really smoothly. So they're really good to wear under like a drying liquid lipstick to make it a little less drying. But it's not going to last all day on its own because it is more of a satin finish. It's not like a matte gel liner. But great shade selections. This shade can be worn with so many different lipsticks that you probably already own. And it's super inexpensive because it's Wet n Wild. Next up is 2 Milani liners. The first one is the Stay Put Waterproof Eyeliner in Hooked on Espresso. It's number 3, and it's just a pencil liner. And I really like this. Once it dries down, it definitely stays put. It doesn't stay in my waterline. I tried it, but nothing ever really does. But it stays really well on your lid, and honestly, I'll show you but I kind of wish it was a lighter brown because this looks black to me, and I really, really love brown eyeliners. I think they're not as intense as black, but they look really good for everyday wear. So I wish the color was lighter, but overall it's a really solid, creamy, pigmented liner. Then the next one is the Milani Eye Tech Extreme Liquid Eyeliner Vinyl, and this is in Shiny Black. And I love this. I think it is so, so good for a drugstore liner. Look at that. Super black. Super, super black. I do kind of wish it was matte. I really like matte eyeliners more, and this one is more of a satin finish. But once it dries, it does not move, and because the point is so long, it's really easy to line your upper eyelid. We don't really do wings, but I can assume this would be a really good for winged liner. It's really, really good for the drugstore. Like, I'm super impressed. Last up are these Wet n Wild Mega Last Liquid Catsuit Liquid Lipsticks. You may have seen Tati's video on these where she wore them to Gen Beauty and it lasted all day and looked so beautiful. And we got the shades Rebel Rose, and then this one is Give Me Mocha, and these are so good for $5. It's incredible. First of all, the packaging is very familiar to probably a lot of you. It's like the same packaging that Jeffree Star and Dose of Colors use. So it's really great packaging. The shade selection is really good. There are some really bold shades. These are more on the neutral end, and they're super long lasting without being really drying. They're a little drying, but that's just what you get from a long lasting liquid lipstick. Very pigmented, easy to apply, great applicator. It's like the same as the Jeffree Star applicator, and I just can't say enough good things about these. They're so good.
It's crazy, they're $5.
Thank you guys so much for watching. Hopefully you made it to the end of this video. I know we had so many things to talk about. Yes, and if you enjoyed it, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe down below.